Well, the playoffs are about to begin, Raptor fans, and I understand we've already been through round one, and the Orlando Magic, the Raptors beat in 5 games, but I think we can all agree on the first round of the NBA playoffs kind of being like everyone expected the results to happen the way they did. It was just a matter of how many games, for each. And not one series in the Eastern Conference went past 5 games. You got Philly beating Brooklyn in 5. Raptors obviously beating Orlando in 5. You saw Milwaukee sweep Dwayne Casey, Blake Griffin, and the Detroit Pistons. You saw the Boston Celtics sweep the Indiana Pacers. Really no contest in any series. Now is when things get real funky. You have Milwaukee playing Boston and the Toronto Raptors facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. A rematch of many, many moons ago. And the Raptors, in my eyes, not trying to be a non-biased Raptor fan, have the better opportunity to win this series. But I think we can all agree on the way this team is going to win this series is because of their defense. The Raptors are one of the best teams in the NBA when it comes to, offense from their defense. Getting the stop at one end and then on the run out, get some shots, right? That's the way this Raptor team loves to roll. And with the 76ers, you look at their team, and they have some great players over there. You have Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler. They have some great players over there. And it is going to be a fight. It is going to be a dogfight. But for the Toronto Raptors, the ability to defend is going to be the reason this team wins the series if they do. And what we saw against Orlando, if they can bring that same type of intensity, they are going to win a lot of these games. I'm very excited to see what happens with Marc Gasol and Joel Embiid. Now, yes, Joel Embiid's a strong man. He's a big, big fella inside. He's an amazing player. He averaged 24.8 points a game, 13 and a half rebounds, almost 3 blocks a game. The guy's a great player, but we have learned now with Marc Gasol, he is still a pain in the rear end on the defensive end. You saw it on Nikola Vucevic. And I'm not saying they're the same type of player. Look, Joel Embiid is better than Nikola Vucevic, yes. But Nikola Vucevic has ripped apart the Raptors for years. And Marc Gasol pretty much shut him down in the playoffs. There was one game, I think, where Vucevic had like 20, 22, and 12 or something along those lines. And the rest of the series, the best game he had was like 11 and 8. He was a non-factor in the series because of Marc Gasol's interior defense. You're forcing the big man to shoot. And for Joel Embiid, when he gets inside, he is a dominating force. But from 3, he shoots only 30%. You want to force him to take those outside shots. And for Marc Gasol, who's a great post defender, it's a matchup the Raptors, I think, are going to kind of like. With Jonas Valanciunas, he was an all-right defender, but he wasn't anything special. Marc Gasol's a veteran. He's been there, done that. He knows what it takes to shut down big players or even just contain big players. We've heard from Ben Simmons in the past. Facing Kawhi Leonard one-on-one is next to impossible. He has a horrendous time facing Kawhi Leonard one-on-one. That's going to happen in this series. Kyle Lowry, a dynamite defender against anybody. Danny Green's always been a good defender, and Pascal is a solid defender all around. If the Raptors starting unit can outplay and outdefend the Philadelphia 76ers starting lineup, this team will almost 100% win the series. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not. They came third for a reason. They were, 51 and 31 for a reason. But you look at the season series, the Raptors are 3-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers this year. And that one loss was in Philly without Kawhi and without Serge Ibaka. So any Philly fans saying, well, we crushed you in that one game. No Kawhi and no Serge Ibaka. And in the games where Kawhi did play, the Raptors cleaned the clock of the Philadelphia 76ers and won all 3 games. And Kawhi Leonard, in his NBA career, has never, not once, lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I'm not saying the Raptors are going to sweep the Sixers, because that's a tall task come playoff time, especially against a very, very good ball club in Philly. But I think the Raptors have a very good opportunity to win this series. We can look forward to Boston and Milwaukee. You can't look forward to Golden State or whoever you face in the NBA Finals if you get there. Look, Raptor fans, we could look forward to round 2 when we were facing Orlando because we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew we were going to get to round 2. It's just a matter of when. But from now on, we don't know what's going to happen. And Game 1 goes on Saturday. It's to be determined right now. I think it's all deciding on when... I think it's because of when the Denver and San Antonio games tonight happen, right? I think it's... If it does... I don't know how it's gonna work. I think it's if it's over, it's an early game. I don't know. Again, you guys, if you guys know the details about it, let me know. But all I know is it's to be determined right this second. But it doesn't matter. On Saturday, it gets going. So let's break this down here. Let's break down the series coming up. All right, for the Toronto Raptors, and kind of see. Let me see if I can get this going here. Because it's gonna be an intense series. It's gonna be a dogfight. So you play Saturday, then you play Monday, and then you have 2 days off. Then you play on Thursday in Philly for Game 3. Game 4 is in Philly on Sunday. So you have quite a bit of time off for the Toronto Raptors. A few days in between. And it's 2 days of nothing in between each game. So that's big. Then you play Sunday, and then you come back on Tuesday. So again, it's 2 days difference. Tuesday, May 7th. Then on the 9th, then you don't play till the 12th. I mean, it's again, these are all ifs, right? Obviously, to be determined if the series does go that long. But for the Toronto Raptors, guys, I think this series is going to be an attest to what this team is all about. Look, for the first time in franchise history, the Raptors got a 3-1 series lead. The first time in franchise history, the Raptors had won a series in 5 games. That's great. And it's great to see this team dominate the Magic in the playoffs and see playoff Kawhi Leonard at its finest. Because boy, oh boy, I mean, look, we thought he was really good in the regular season. Playoff Kawhi is insane. And for the Raptors, you got playoff Pascal. It gets extra spicy come playoff time, clearly. He's incredible. Lowry's really upped his game since Game 1 against Orlando. Danny Green hasn't really been an it factor as of yet, but he's been that solid defender that we all know he is. And that's what is key to this team's success, is their defense. Coming off the bench, you have Norman Powell, who's been playing some great games lately. Serge Ibaka's been great lately. You want to see that continue into this series, all right? And the thing I have to say is, can we please not lose Game 1? I understand the history of Game 1 losses and all that, but this is the big series now. Every series from now on out, every game matters. So if we lose Game 1, say, well, it's the curse. You lose Game 1, oh well, move on. You could say that somewhat. But every game matters, and you lose your first game at home. Look, Philly. Look, if you look at the regular season statistics, the Raptors at home are 32-9. On the road, they're 26-15. Those are two really good records. The Philadelphia 76ers are 31-10 at home. One win less than the Toronto Raptors. That tells you how good they are at home. But they're 20-21 on the road. Now, ideally, that's not in the playoffs, so it's a totally different scenario. You go to their first round matchup against Brooklyn. They won both in Brooklyn, so it really doesn't matter when it comes to that. But people love looking at regular season numbers against these teams, and that's what we're here to do. So for the Raptors, look, you'll want to take care of business on your home court. Game 1 is big. You take that, you beat them down early on, you show them that you're here to ball, and you win Game 1, and it would show a lot to this team, to the fan base of the country, and to the Philadelphia 76ers team and organization. The Raptors are here to play. Are you? And that's what we want that to be. We want Game 1 to be a reality check for Philly. Because Joel Embiid's going to run his mouth all series. You know that. That's what he does. Ben Simmons is not going to shoot the ball. He's going to look to drive. Kawhi Leonard, he knows that like it's yesterday. He eats that stuff for breakfast. Jimmy Butler, look, he's a great player. Tobias Harris is a great player. But again, defense, I don't know what they have on the defensive end. So if the Raptors can dig in defensively and have their defense lead to their offense and get them scrambling defensively and the Raptors make their shots, you're going to win this series. But we got to take this series one game at a time. We got to take one game at a time through this series. Because I understand in Orlando, we all wanted to see a sweep or 5 games. You got that. Great. Now, we think that we have the mentality of the Leafs. in this way. You're not thinking, oh, let's beat Boston in 4 or 5. You're not thinking that. You just want to win the series. Whether it takes 5, 4, or 7, it does not matter. The Raptors have the team to beat the 76ers. Will it happen? We're going to have to see. But the way both teams are playing coming into this series, both teams lost game 1 of their series. They lost against Brooklyn in game 1. We lost against Orlando in game 1. Both teams won the next 4 games. They're good. It is going to be a fight. It's going to be a hell of a good time. We're going to be stressed out like crazy. But I can't wait to get it started. And I'm not sure exactly, guys, when the upload will be for you guys. Just a heads up here that if it's a 1 o'clock start, I'll be able to upload it no problem right after the game. But if it's a 3 o'clock start or a 5 o'clock start, that video might be uploaded later on that night. Alright, so giving you guys the heads up right now, so when you do see the schedule being released for game 1, you'll know what I'll be able to do come game 1. Alright, so I apologize in advance if it is a later video because of a later tip-off, but if it's an early one, right on. That's what I would prefer. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one and the round 2 preview against the Philadelphia 76ers. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are jacked up for the series to get going, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your guys' thoughts on the game. I don't know why I said that. I'm so used to saying it. The video, what are your expectations for the series? What does this Raptor team need to do to win the series against Philly? And also, how many games you got? What are your predictions towards this series? I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions towards this series against the Philadelphia 76ers in round 2. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition. If you guys do not know, we just uploaded season 2, episode 16 of the TO Sports Talk podcast. The link is in the description for the podcast channel. Just uploaded it like half an hour ago. So go check that out, guys. Link is down below for the YouTube link and the iTunes link. Go check that out, guys. Go do that, please. And Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys, Blue Jays edition tomorrow. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is here, and I am jacked up. Now, the reason I didn't do the video tomorrow is because Vladdy's here, and I want to kind of make that day about that. Kind of probably why they didn't play him against San Francisco, because they wanted the whole day to be about Kevin Pillar. And today, I wanted, since there's no videos and whatnot, I wanted to be strictly Raptors preview, and let's get jacked up, all right? So I'll talk to you guys, Blue Jays edition tomorrow night, 7:07, first pitch at Rogers Center. Marcus Stroman on the mound for the Blue Jays. Mike Fiers on the mound for the Oakland A's in Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s MLB debut, and I'm hoping there's a lot of people down there. I'm going to be watching on TV. I can't wait to watch to see what this kid has in store. Now, don't expect him to go 4 for 5 with 3 home runs in his debut, all right? So let's chill it out and let's just see a good ball game from Vladdy, and hopefully we see a good start from Stroman and a victory to open up the weekend set against the Oakland A's. And as for the Raptors, guys, here we go. Ideally, the playoffs begins now for the Toronto Raptors. Game 1, round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Philly, Toronto. We're not sure what time it is as of yet. On Saturday, probably going to be Saturday afternoon. Game 1 at Scotiabank Arena. The question I have for you guys, and I'm going to close it off with this. I'm not going to say my usual ending. I'm going to close it off with this. Are you guys ready